The Wolves Den is being brought to you by 7th Avenue Pizza. Their pizzas are made with real cheeses and meats. Pick up your 7th Avenue Pizza today at most Twin City grocery stores. 7th Avenue Pizzas. Pizzas before it was trendy.
What's up, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor, coming to you with the latest edition of the Wolves Den. And we are brought to you by our favorites at 7th Avenue Pizza, the best frozen pizza, our favorite frozen pizza in all of Minnesota and all the nation. So make sure you go get you some. And folks, let's just get to it. We are live basically right after the Timberwolves just blew it against the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Listen, Minnesota lost this game. I don't care. The Lakers technically won it, but they didn't win it. The Minnesota Timberwolves blew this game. And, you know, it's a couple steps forward with Cat, a couple steps back, some really bad fouls at really inopportune moments, you know, taking him out of the flow when we needed him to even step up more because Ant was not hitting the side of a barn tonight. And, you know, I was just curious why we didn't see the Timberwolves try to really, you know, get in that paint and drive towards the basket because, granted, they started off early on hitting threes and built a very nice lead. But when your superstar isn't hitting it from the outside, he's got to figure out ways to get to the hoop. He did a couple times later in the game and got a couple easy baskets, but just not the Ant-Man's night. And I got to tell you something. We got a quick MVP award to Mike Conley. As I sit here on the deck at Arizona after this loss, Mike Conley has been really a godsend for us, to be perfectly honest, my friends. He came over, wasn't expecting him to do a lot of scoring. He's actually picked up and scored important buckets for the Timberwolves. He has clamped down on defense. He's given the Wolves veteran leadership. And quite honestly, the Wolves may now want to keep Mike Conley around regardless of what happens with Rudy Gobert, regardless of what happens to Karl Anthony Towns. And the Wolves just, again, in this playoff game or play-in game tonight here in Los Angeles, well, not here in Los Angeles, but there, 5 hours down the road, they just let it go. And it was so disappointing because with the nation against you, with the basketball press and all these shows and Sports Center and the TNT show hanging you out to dry, you came in for a half and you were shutting the world up, playing like gangbusters. You didn't have, McDaniel there. Rocky busted up his hand, obviously, as we know now. Rudy Gobert suspended for the fight, the punch that he threw. And, you know, the Wolves just kind of a decimated team. You know, they had a lot of guys in dress clothes tonight. So just very, very, very disappointing. And I've had people kind of already calling for Chris Finch's job. I mean, it's just ridiculous what these Timberwolves did tonight and letting this game get away. So Friday night, New Orleans is coming up to Minneapolis. They got one last chance here to save face. But, man, if they blow this game, and they better be ready because New Orleans has been, you know, up and down. Recently, they've been playing some pretty decent basketball. Only need the one victory. So the Wolves got to come in. They got to let this game go tonight, as hard as that's going to be, and get right back in it for Friday. And they're at home. That's the only consolation, as a friend of mine said tonight, that they get to play at home against New Orleans. So tune in, stay tuned, and we will check you out here next week. Hopefully with the Wolves Den continuing on, and hopefully not the last Wolves Den of the season. So again, shout out to Matt Geffrey over at Beer Belly Sports. I want to say again, thank you to our sponsors at 7th Avenue Pizza. Make sure you go get you some, and we'll be back next week.